Hello everyone, my name is Trista Clemens, and today I will do a 2 to 5 minute webinar on reading and writing disabilities. And the first one that I want to talk about, my first two reading and writing and learning disability, the first one I want to talk about is dyslexia, and the other one that I want to talk about is hyperlexia. Dyslexia is a learning disability that disturbs how your brain processes writing language. Some of the key characteristics of students with dyslexia are difficult following directions, difficulties accurately decoding unfamiliar words, messy handwriting, delayed spoken language. 15 to 20% of the population experience some degree of dyslexia. Dyslexia was coined 130 years ago by Rudolf Berlin, a German ophthalmologist and professor in Stuttgart, Berlin. He observed the difficulties faced by some of his adult patients in reading and printed word. He could not find a problem with their vision. He speculated, therefore, that their difficulties must be caused by some physical change in the brain. An evolution development model, dyslexia, suggests that prenatal and childhood sibling stress becomes a risk factor for dyslexia, with psychological adaptation to stress promoting adaptive fitness. May tuninous neuroplasticity in the brain range recruit for reading. Dyslexia is formally recognized throughout the U.S., but the overwhelming majority of states have passed their own laws specifying requirements about dyslexia, identifying and teacher training. So that was my brief take on dyslexia. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about hyperlexia, which I didn't really know a lot about, but I found to be very interesting. So it's hyperlexia is a advanced and unexpected reading skill and abilities in children way beyond their chronological age. And this is a condition of, it's a temporary condition. In 1967, fairly recently named condition, although earlier descriptions of precision reading do exist. The key characteristics of hyperlexia, there's a hyperlexive 1, a hyperlexive 2, and a hyperlexive 3. Hyperlexia 2 occurs in children with autism. They are obsessed with numbers and letters, preferring books and magnets letters over toys. Hyperlexia has the same symptoms with hyperlexive 3 has the same symptoms as hyperlexive 2, but they disappear or decrease over time. It is not a disorder and doesn't need to be diagnosed. So these were the things that I found out about dyslexia and hyperlexia being a reading disability in children. So my last one that I want to talk about is, and this one is called dysgraphic. And it may refer to either difficult with language or spelling-based aspects of writing expression. The key characteristics are difficult with handwriting and is related to dyslexia, as both language-based disorders defined as a neurological disorder. Characteristics vary shape and poorly formed letters, excessive erasing and cross out, poor spacing between letters and words. Dysgraphic is a term that goes back nearly 7 decades. The guidelines refer that individual with disabilities, the Education Improvement Act, the IDEA of 2006, and promoted consistency in identification and individuals a program for students with SLDs. So these are the three reading and writing disabilities that I discussed. And as far as the instructional and intervention strategies and resources to support the reading and writing development, one is reported of the National Reading Panel. It has helped parents and teachers understand the most effective guidelines for teaching all children to read in 1996 through 1998. A group of researchers led by Dr. Swanson that one-on-one reading instructions, a strong instructional core, improving word recognition skills, improving reading comprehension skills. One Resound families can use to assist students with disabilities in developing reading and writing skill is Seeking Start Text to text-to-speech to boost access and engagement for students with reading disabilities. So that was my quick webinar on my reading and writing disabilities. So I pray that I have shed some light on some information for you, because I know I learned a lot for myself. So I hope you have learned something through this webinar as well, as much as I have. Thank you.